Hey guys, welcome back to the Ducati Scrambler project. In this episode we're gonna take care of the air filter. We're gonna replace the OEM air filter, or at least I believe there is an OEM air filter in there, with a higher flow K&N air filter. But enough with the chit chat, let's get on it. On the Scrambler, the filter is hiding behind this cover over here. So what we're gonna do is remove those side panel, this one on this side and this one on the other side, remove the rectifier over here, get it out of the way, and then pop this cover. This cover is held in place by about 10 screws. So we're gonna pop that off, and after that, the filter will come right out. Okay, I'm gonna start by removing those two screws up here, and then there is another screw hiding back down here. So let's pop it off. The top screw is a 4mm, while the bottom screw is a 3mm. Screw number 2 is out. So pay attention because there is a spacer in there. And it's time for screw number 3 inside. Screw number 3 is out, and just like the other one, there is a little spacer behind it. On this side, all the screws are exposed. So you have one over here, and the one up front. So let's take them off. Okay, it's time to get the rectifier out of the way, and this one as well is a 4mm. So the rectifier is only held in place by 2 screws, so remove those 2 and you're done. And 2. Okay, the rectifier is out of the way. Time to open the box. Oddly enough, the airbox is held in place by Torx. For whatever reason, we have to use a T20. And those are gonna be 10 screws, 4, and 2 on the bottom. So it turns out that the drain hose goes under this bracket over here and has some sort of squeeze nipple, so it does not come out through, and it's really hard to undo it from the airbox side. So let's remove this bracket. So this thing over here would not let the drain hose come up, but once you free the drain hose, you can remove the airbox. Now, to make it easy on you, I recommend to undo this bolt up here and push the oil cooler aside. So move aside the O2 sensor, and then push up and out, and then remove the cover, which actually has the filter right on it. So once you do that, to remove the filter, you just grab it and pull it out. Easy as that. So at this point, there are a few things I recommend doing. First and foremost, get this little black seal off the filter. Discard the filter, but keep this aside just in case. The K&N air filter comes with this already on it, but you never know. You might change idea. You might want to replace the K&N with an OEM filter, and I'm not sure if the OEM comes with this seal or not. So put it aside and let it be. The filter comes ready to go, so you don't have to put oil on it or anything. There is one thing you might want to pay attention to, and is those little arrows over here. They actually tell you which way the filter goes. So those little arrows need to point towards you. You need to squeeze the little lip over here in between the seals. So the little lip inside the air box, inside the groove on the filter, and on the bottom you have the filters in the little plate. It's now time to put the filter back on the bike. Now that the oil cooler is aside, I can actually put the filter back in by going up and in. Okay, once it's in, let's put a few screws all around to hold it in place. And I'm gonna go do the same thing on the other side. Okay, time to run the hose where they belong. Okay, the hose are all clamped in together. So we can put the bracket back on. Every hose needs to go in the proper place, otherwise stuff is not going to fit. Time to put the oil cooler back where it belongs. Rectifier going back where it belongs. And at last, we'll put the cover back where it belongs. Before we tie the top, we need to remember that on the two bottom there is the spacer. So pretty much you put the bolt and then stuck the bolt into the piece of plastic that holds this in place and put the spacer behind the piece of plastic. Once they're all in place, you push the plastic wherever you want it to be and you tie all the screws. On the left hand side, the only thing to note is that the bottom bolt goes through the bracket of the oil cooler. There we go. And now the front bolt and we're done. We're finally done with the installation of the K&N air filter. As always, if you guys need any parts or any tools that I used on this video, go down in the description below and there's gonna be a link for it. Because I want to be done with the actual maintenance and dive into the fun stuff, so adding accessories and parts to the bike like protections and spools and whatnot, I went ahead and off camera I did a whole bunch of checks. So I checked tire pressure, I checked chain slack, I check brake fluid, pretty much I check every single item that's supposed to be checked on the 600-mile service. So from next episode on, we're gonna start installing cool stuff, which is way more fun for me as well, rather than doing just regular maintenance. As always, if you guys have time, go check out my website, www.albesadv.com. If you like the video, if you love the video, or you wanna see what I'm gonna do next to the Scrambler, subscribe right on, and I'll see you next time.